With the brand new trailer for Ananta, we now have a confirmation of the 4 main characters we're going to be playing as in this game to start with, but they're not the only ones. There are a few more characters, and today I want to talk about every confirmed character in Ananta. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. We're going to start with the Captain, who is part of the Anti-Chaos Directorate, or ACD for short. He is the guy in charge and is also the main character, the MC of the game, replacing the 2 original MCs, the guy and girl character, which we originally saw way back when the game was still called Project Mugen. However, the Captain essentially is going to be the main character we play as. We don't know if there's a female version or alternative to him, but it seems like the game is leaning fully into the style of storytelling that you had in something like GTA 5, where you can switch from different characters, and the 4 main characters being, well, the Captain and 3 more we're going to mention really quickly. However, he's part of the ACD, which is an organization specifically dedicated to maintaining order and stability within the city, standing against all the unpredictable forces of chaos that threaten to unravel Nova City. Basically, he's the man in charge. He's the one who's been put in charge now to take care of this group, the ACD. And again, they're the pseudo-police essentially in the game. That's more or less what you're doing, kind of. The Captain himself essentially radiates authority. We get to see a lot of him in the actual trailer. As for if he's going to have any special abilities or moves, he is the default character, it seems like. So he's going to be able to swing around like Spider-Man, but also be able to use a variety of weapons. Everything from baseball bats to hockey sticks to, I don't know, whatever else you can pick up. You're also able to do a lot of close combat with him. So it seems like it's going to be very important for the general story of the game as we get to see him interacting with the 3 other main characters. Then there is Taffy, long been confirmed to be a character, part of the Cat Express. As for the Cat Express, it's essentially a faction with a very different vibe from the ACD, which is a bit more militaristic and police-like. The Cat Express essentially are just a group who operate like a courier network, navigating the sprawling verticality of Nova City and just essentially being smugglers, to put it bluntly to you. Now, Taffy is supposed to be a very playful character. We've already seen her. She's one of the main, like, you know, it's like the Paimon, but better than Paimon character of this game, except also playable. Now, Taffy, like I said, is a playable character, so you're going to be able to play as her. As for what her moves and abilities and stuff like that will be, we don't necessarily have a lot of descriptions. One of the older descriptions in this case specifically just kind of gave us a very rudimentary explanation of her, which didn't really confirm too much. She's more or less just an investigator that dreams of becoming a legendary investigator someday, but just loves drinking a lot of Coca-Cola and aims to do nothing that's super annoying and just likes taking plenty of breaks and likes big paychecks. So yeah, that's essentially Taffy for you. But she's not the only one, though. There is a few more people, like Richie. Now, Richie is part of the NCCA, which is another group, and this is essentially the equivalent of law enforcement, right? Or like the FBI, Interpol, police, whatever you want to call it. She is part of that group. Now, the NCCA are essentially, like I said, the FBI of this game. And as such, she is going to be a bit more sharp and methodical as opposed to the other characters. We get to see her in the actual trailer arresting different people, which leads me to the fact that even that feature itself of arresting other characters is just incredible. Like, the details in it are just insane. Everything from the fact that you can give out command orders, you can ID check, body search, breathalyzer, a drug test, a ticket or fine, you can arrest them or let them go. It is incredible the amount of details that they put into this. It's beyond belief. Like, it genuinely is crazy the amount of like effort that's gone into this game to make sure it is just really super specific. But yeah, she's part of this group, and she's going to be serving as a bridge between the rigid control of the ACD and the more chaotic factions in the world. Essentially, she's in the middle of that. Yeah, but next up though, we have Seymour, part of Eonbug. Now, Eonbug seems to be some sort of mysterious hacking faction, and we know that because Seymour goes around hacking things, everything from giant billboards to entire city. That's his job. He can even use these little bug creatures to go around and cause disruption. Even their name gives us a clue. Eon suggesting something timeless or infinite, while Bug points to glitches, disruption, or even digital warfare. Now, from this, we can pretty much figure out that Eonbug essentially operate outside of the law, like kind of illegal. But in the trailer, we do get to see the Captain and, of course, Seymour hanging out together in this very goofy little scene, because that pretty much confirms to us that Seymour is also going to be on our side. And we also get to see, when we look at this like one picture, it shows us a menu that's similar to the switching character menu from GTA 5, but we get to see here a few other characters, including, of course, Seymour. So yes, he's going to be a playable character. He's on the website, and as such, we know he's in here. But he's not the only one. There are a few more characters on this wheel, so let's talk about some of those right now. Now, first of all, we get to see a few different characters on here that aren't in the confirmed sheet or on the confirmed website. So let's start, first of all, with the two characters on the right side. We have two people with white hair. Now, we get to see them in the trailer a little bit too, but we don't know too much about them. We also have another character in the top left, right next to Taffy, who has purple hair. I'm not sure if she is one of the characters from the confirmed sheet. I'm really not certain, and I do apologize if I'm getting things wrong here. I don't think that's Dilla, and it's definitely not Eileen, because Eileen is supposed to have, yellow hair or blonde hair, and then Lakaya can't be either, and it cannot be Alan, or maybe potentially could be Mechanica, but she doesn't seem to have, this girl doesn't seem to have like headphones, so I highly doubt it's Mechanica, but it's besides the point. Maybe not even Bansi either, because Bansi has pink hair. So definitely none of those characters. Maybe potentially could be somebody we just do not know just about yet too much, but we'll have to wait and see. Nonetheless, though, these are the characters that were shown off in the actual gameplay, or some of them that we got to see from this. But if we go over to this other picture, there's even more. We have a blonde-haired character in the top left up here, and we also have a character with a blue hat on the left as well, which we don't know much about either. And they all seem to be kind of locked as of right now. You're supposed to build out an entire team in the game and try to expand it as much as possible and try to get all the characters, except the game isn't a gacha, by the way. They're going to be moving away from the gacha system, and instead they're going to be doing gacha only for clothing, housing, and stuff like that. So you're only going to be rolling gacha and spending monetization money and anything like that specifically on items to equip your character, rather than actually rolling for the characters themselves, because the characters will just be unlockable within the game through story and gameplay. Next, we have the characters that are confirmed and should still be in the game as of right now. First up is Dilla, a girl shrouded in mystery who investigates the meteor disaster in Nova Inception Herbs. She's even able to control meteors herself. All that's known about her is her name and gender, a riveting mystery to say the least. And Dilla is what she looks like in case you're curious. There's also Ringo. Anything cool happen in your last mission? I'm dying to know. All the details, lay it on me. Ringo, that's her description. She says, a lively high schooler juggling life as a liaison for the DPA, which I'm not sure if the DPA is just the old name for the new group or the new organization, but we'll have to wait and see. She's an emoji enthusiast, can't hold the chat online without him. Her weekend isn't complete without hitting the shopping lane and scoring some pudding from Dream Garden. Got a super urgent mission, better reach out to the captain ASAP. So Ringo should also still be in the game based on some of the stuff in the trailers. I think people were able to find her in the trailers. Then we also have Eileen. Now, Eileen is working at the Dream Garden as a manager, the ultimate weapon maid, I would say, because she literally will kick your face in. But yeah, she is very gentle with her touch and impeccable service. Customers see her as an angel, but cross her and she'll unleash her martial prowess to take down any foe. That's her description. Then we have Lakaya. Now, Lakaya is the Prime Minister of Nova City, mature, effortlessly cool, and a complete smooth operator with instincts akin to a wolf. She's always in control, keeping her cool, even when things get dicey. Always prioritizing the big picture, she rarely focuses on herself. Very cool character, already confirmed in the trailers many times, with many explicit scenes, I would say, as well, to confirm that she's in here still. So yes, Lakaya should still be in the game without a doubt. Then there is Alan, who there's the biggest question mark because we weren't sure if we saw him in the trailer, but Alan is a social butterfly trading information who roams the shopping streets, mingling with most anyone. Alan lends a helping hand whenever possible. All you got to do is ask him, making most of the time. Now, he does also get a description here saying sort of what he kind of uses for weapons. He appears to use a yo-yo as his weapon, and you can sometimes see snowflakes appear when he attacks. So it's potentially possible that he will have some sort of magic abilities here as well, because there is, of course, the whole chaos and magical element to this world. I mean, it's still sort of fantasy somewhat. I mean, it's kind of a modern setting and everything, but there are going to be a lot of like fantasy elements or, sci-fi elements in the game for sure, as we've already seen in the trailer, confirmations of a giant monster, or a giant mosquito as he calls it, the captain. So yeah, Alan is one of the characters, and he's seemingly meant to be going to have some sort of ice type ability. Then there is Mechanica. Now, Mechanica is a ghost worker at Shorewater Industries who can make machines come alive, which is pretty cool, but that's not all. Basically, she's the guardian angel who loves nothing more than to help humans and indulge in a plate of 3 or 4 French fries. Say, isn't Mechanica a real treat? That's the description. And yes, Mechanica seems to be able to essentially create different machines, robots, things of that nature. We're most likely going to have her still in the game, and there seems to be hints for her in the actual trailer as well. Then there is Bansi, a street artist with a knack for destruction and creativity. Want to make graffiti? Well, she can do it. A free soul whose passion for new things burns red hot for a minute, give or take, just like most artists in Beryllium Block. Graffiti, now that is love. Take a gander, I promise you won't even believe your eyes. Now, we do actually get to see in her art that she uses a weapon that's like colored in a different way, which to me looks almost like a paintball gun, which is kind of funny because even her like art and the way she looks, her like dress sense, it all kind of reminds me of like, hey, this sort of looks like this could be from like Splatoon or something, which is kind of funny. But yeah, we do get to see some hints towards that in the actual trailer. But those are all the confirmed characters in general. We do have a few other characters that we've seen or they've been mentioned or in some way, shape, or form that necessarily aren't still confirmed or we don't know much about them. One of those, of course, being this unnamed pink-haired character. She's pink-haired and she has a burger eating, like a burger in her hand. And she also attempts to take a sneaky picture of some guys behind her, but the flash that she uses kind of gives her away. Then there's this like random girl with devil horns. We've seen her in the trailer a few times already now, and she uses a baseball bat of sorts, and she's got like a devil design all around her. So we've seen her in the trailer, in the most recent trailer, and we've seen pictures of her previously as well. Then we have an unnamed black-haired character, and we get to see her as well in the trailer one more time. And here she just looks very menacing. But yeah, we don't really know much about her. She was seen in the Project Mugen trailer, and also we get a glimpse of her in a about like 24-second mark in the Ananta announcement trailer as well. So yeah, we'll see if she shows up. And then finally, there's the original main characters. Now these guys are not here anymore. Yeah, these guys have been essentially cut. Now with the captain, they've essentially replaced, the MC with the captain, it seems like, based on like first view, as far as we can tell, based on what we're seeing so far, that seems to be the case. But yeah, that's pretty much the guys, the characters. Of course, there are those new characters that we saw in the trailer. There's a guy with white hair, and he's pretty burly himself, which we saw as well. And there's been a few more characters, and we'll cover them more. If you guys want an entire breakdown of every little character, we can do that too. Let me know in the comment section down below. And that's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching Mugen Fox, and I'll see you all in the next one.